What's up, Dunwoody? I'm Matt Weber. Welcome to the podcast. It's all about Dunwoody, Georgia. Show's brought to you by Dr. Brett Friedman with Village Orthodontics. If you need braces, I fixed my busted grill. Have you ever had braces, Alan?
I have had braces, but actually my wife went to see Dr. Brett just because of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was looking to do the Invisalign, and I told her about you and Brett and the podcast, and she got them off like 6 months ago, and her teeth look great. How's that?
Yeah.
Like you stepped like right into that. You couldn't have done that any better.
Yeah, that actually worked out perfect. I'm going to clip this and I'm going to send it to Brett.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if he can give us like a refund partial back or something for the endorsement.
Look, kickback. So, well, Alan, it's nice to talk to you again. It's been a couple years now.
Yeah.
You're like the Bill Murray of the podcast. I don't know if we ever brought that up before.
Are we going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game in like the seventh inning?
Well, for Saturday Night Live, always has Bill on. You've probably been on about as many times as anybody else.
Nice.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think this is probably like number 4. It could be number 4.
Jennifer Betcher's been on a lot.
Jennifer
Hayward's
has.
been on a lot.
Michael Starling's been on a lot.
Michael Starling's been on a lot.
I might be a number 2 seed. I don't know if I still earn my number 1 because it's we had that little fall off. But I was preseason number 1 for a while. But now the tournament's here. I think I'm a number 2.
Yeah. So I guess you want to talk about yourself for a minute. Talk about the Spruill Center. So Alan,
I don't want to talk about myself at all. No.
Now that we've gone off the rails.
Yeah.
So Alan is the CEO of Spruill Center for the Arts.
Correct.
Right? I said
yep.
that right?
You did good.
I always leave out the Yeah, you've got some upcoming stuff going on.
Yeah, we are busy beavers here at Spruill. So I've been here now 3 years, just past the 3-year mark a couple weeks ago, and we are just gangbusters over here at Spruill, which is awesome. Our classes are full. Our gallery is moving in a great new direction. There's just creativity everywhere. Public art is bursting throughout the city. It's just a great time to be involved in the arts here in our community and throughout the region. Specifically here at Spruill.
Let's go even further back.
Okay.
So what exactly is the Spruill Center for the Arts? Say somebody moved into town and doesn't understand what that is.
Yeah, sure. So we're a nonprofit arts education-based organization. We've been around for 48 years. We have 2 locations. Our main building, our main education center, should I say, is located right next to the library. We have about 10,000 square feet, 11 studios, and we teach everything from ceramics and glass to painting and drawing and jewelry and literally any medium you can think of, we probably offer it. And we're always expanding, looking for new teachers. We've got some new classes like in digital arts right now that we have going on. So that's what happens at this space. At our gallery space is that funky little house on Ashford Dunwoody that is the old Spruill home, and that's our gallery space. And we put on 5 or 6 exhibitions each year from local, regional, national artists, and it's also the home of our Amplify Public Art exhibition, which happens in the fall of every year during Dunwoody Arts and Culture Month, where we unveil the new mural that sits on the Smokehouse property. So that's kind of the 30-second Spruill in a nutshell. We're kind of like the black hole of Dunwoody. Once you get involved in us, you don't leave. We've got students here that have taken classes for literally decades. Our current gallery show showcases 4 instructor artists that have been teaching here a cumulative of 150 years. So that's almost, most of them are around the 40-year mark in teaching at Spruill, which is just crazy. So we are a long-time Dunwoody institution and really a regional arts center for this area. There's nothing else like Spruill anywhere around, within the region. So it's a great place to be.
Yeah, and it's one of those nonprofits around Dunwoody that stop me if this isn't right, but Dunwoody bought the actual land and then gave it to you guys to run and do what you see fit with it, right?
Yes and no.
Kind of like the Nature Center and the Brook Run Park.
Sort of, but different. This land, and the reason Spruill is here is because this land, prior to becoming Dunwoody Elementary School or Dunwoody School, was Spruill property. Was some of the land, and still is, where the gallery space is. So, yeah, we're a public-private nonprofit with the city of Dunwoody. They now own this building, and we pay rent to operate out of this space each month. And the relationship is fantastic. So we're actually getting ready to do an expansion project that starts on April 3rd, coming up in just a few weeks now, we'll be doing a groundbreaking. We're adding about 7,600 square feet, which will give us 7 new studio spaces and a double community room right out in our plaza that will help activate the plaza and then be open for community events and rentals and allow us to do large workshops and bring in regional artists. So we're super excited about that. I'm told, and no one in particular is on the hook for this if they're listening, with the construction guys who do live in Dunwoody, Mr. Wickland. I'm told it's going to be done in November. So April 3rd is the start date, and November is an expected completion date. So that's a lot of pressure right now if people are watching this.
I'll make sure I clip that and send that out.
Oh, I'm clipping it right away. That was intentional.
Well, that's cool. We were talking about this before the show, before we started recording, about how during COVID, it was just probably a tough time for most businesses, and there was a lot of people that weren't able to come in and do the art thing. But I feel like a lot of people have kind of picked up on art since during COVID, like
Absolutely.
as a hobby.
I think you're 100% right. So during COVID, we were shut down for 3 months, like shut down cold. And then we tentatively reopened, dipped our toes back in the water, and had really small classes and spread out and offered a couple camps in the summer of 2020. But since that time, you're right. I think people have kind of reassessed what's important to them, or kind of that ongoing New Year's resolution, like I've wanted to try the arts, or I wanted to try painting, or wanted to try drawing or ceramics. And so they've come back to us. And what we've seen here is just an explosion of students. We have currently, like this quarter, we have over 1,700 students, which is almost 200 more than we had at the same time in 2019. So we're totally bursting at the seams. This expansion really couldn't come at a better time for us, because we have, I think, over 230 people on our wait list right now to get into classes this quarter. And our new quarter, which starts in April, already has 79 people on the wait list. And we haven't even started. We still have another 3 weeks till we start. So it's busy.
I mean, there's just not a whole lot of places like yours. You can do the YouTube education for only a certain amount of, once you really get into it, you need to be there in a class with people.
Yeah.
And, Spruill Center, I was talking to somebody in Lawrenceville the other day that drives out to Dunwoody to go to Spruill Center. And I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, we get that all the time. So what we focus on is 2 things. So one is obviously the arts education. That's the main thrust of what we do. But the second part is we really foster these social connections through the arts. Like, I was joking about people that have taken classes here for 20 years. Some of them are in the beginner class still, because like Wednesday night beginner ceramics, that's their people and that's their thing, and that's, they know everyone, so they'll take that beginner class for 10, 20 years just because they don't want to move away from those people. And it's awesome. You walk up and down the hallways during the day and at night, and you hear people laughing and eating and drinking, and that's such a nice aspect to have back. Or they're hanging out in the coffee studio, or they're talking about their kids or their grandkids or work or spouses, and it's really a social community, and that's all driven from the art, which is, that's why we exist, and it's really great to be a part of.
Yeah. And so this is you've kind of bounced around a couple of different places. You were at the Nature Center. That's where we first met. That was one of the very first What's Up Dunwoody ever interviews, if you want to go back and listen to that. But you love your job now, don't you?
Yeah,
I can tell.
It's great. For me, it's just, and I said this when I took the job, it's the perfect intersection of things that I'm interested in. It's nonprofit, it's Dunwoody, and it's the arts. I was a photographer for 15 years, so to be able to come back on the administrative side and to kind of work the business and the community model of that, for me, it's like, I definitely found a home, and I'm excited to be able to see where we take it. We've got just amazing plans for the next few years. We're going to do a new strategic plan in the fall that will drive our vision for the post-construction and post-expansion. So the potential is unlimited. Like, what do we do from here? How do we get the community involved? What can we offer to the community to increase our impact and increase, everyone's well-being in the surrounding area? So it's an exciting time.
Yeah, and there's more art in the community. I mean, we haven't talked in a couple of years now, and that's that was maybe the last thing we talked about was bringing art to Dunwoody.
You're right.
And everything will be okay sign.
I don't know if I want to go back there, but but we did talk about, I think you and Justin and Hayward and I talked about public art, because that was just starting. and Create
At Contrast
Dunwoody.
Brewery.
That's right. That's right. And Create Dunwoody was just starting up, and they just hired their first executive director, which is amazing. Like that organization now has like someone to drive that and to bring culture and the arts into the community full time. But public art is everywhere now. It's so cool to see like the city's doing stuff at Brook Run, and the MARTA is doing this amazing mural at the MARTA station. Stay tuned for that because that'll be announced soon. I think they got like 300 entries from 50 countries around the world for this mural, and it's great. I mean, we have it here, and it's so cool to see all these businesses and people, the electrical boxes that are getting done now through the city.
That's the one I was going to bring
Yeah,
up. That's
I mean,
so cool to see. That's something that we never saw in Dunwoody before.
Right, and it wasn't even on the radar, and now it's like we just almost like, hey, that's cool, just saw that. You know, it's become part of the community fabric, which was
and
missing.
the picnic tables.
Yep.
Somebody asked me about the picnic tables. What was up with that the other day? Definitely left a mark.
Yeah, I think we've done a great job as a city, organizationally, to bring arts into the community, and the community really wanted it, and now that it's out there, they want more, which is awesome because we have all these cool things we can do.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you want to get into some of the stuff that you've got upcoming?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, that's why we were doing the show, and now we're 12 minutes
Exactly. Yeah, we could make this hours. I know your guests would love to hang on for that.
I'm trying to keep them shorter. I could talk to you for a long time.
Yeah, we could.
We'll have to have you back on at some point.
We can read David Copperfield or something and get through the whole thing. Yeah, so the big event for us is Artistic Affair. It's our annual fundraiser. It's coming up on Friday, March 24th at 7 o'clock. So last year we brought it back to the Spruill Center, and we went from kind of your stodgy old fundraiser, dress up in black tie and sit around and listen to jazz music fundraiser, to just deciding to blow it out and having a party, and it was awesome. So we had it back here. We thought our construction may start sooner, so this year it's off-site. It's at the Factory Atlanta, which is just like 10 minutes up the road in Chamblee, this really killer warehouse space. And so here's the thought for the fundraiser. It is truly a party. So we have your favorite guy, DJ Dookie Platters, spinning records. And with
we agreed that I would get to say his
name.
name.
I'm sorry.
I still want to say it.
Hey,
DJ Dookie Platter.
Yes, so DJ Dookie Platters there running the records for the night. But the whole idea of it is to make the thing a party. So you come in, we've got free valet parking, we've got buffet, we've got open bar for the night. All this is included in your ticket price, which, by the way, is only $75. And all the proceeds go to Spruill and to our outreach programs and to building out some of our studios for the expansion. So for $75,
and tickets are still available.
For
but
now,
not for long, probably.
For
right?
now, yeah. As of this morning, we had 311 tickets, and we're going to cap right at 350. So if you hear the podcast and you're interested, don't wait.
Don't put it off.
Go ahead and get those tickets. And so for that $75, besides the food and drink, we will have a silent auction with over 150 items from our artists and from our students, as well as local community restaurants, and for Vino Venue and Carbonara and Novo Cucina. All of our big Dunwoody players are all doing gift cards.
Barn
and
and NFA. I saw a few of them.
Yeah, Barn and NFA are doing some live auction items, and so so the silent auction with the artwork and the gift cards are available to anyone in the community, whether you come to the auction or not, or to the event or not. The live auction, you've got to be there to bid on, and so we've got Billy at NFA is doing a catered dinner for us at his space, which is killer.
Classy.
Very classy. Yeah, table service at NFA, right? So that's great, and you can fill up your car while you're there, so you can do a couple things at once. And actually, they're in the entertainment district, so you could do BYOB if you want while you have NFA. I don't know if we can get into the entertainment district another time. Over at Barn, we're doing a charcuterie class. We are doing, we have tickets to the Atlanta United. I know you're a big United fan. Yeah. We've got the suite there with open bar and open buffet in the owner's suite and the Goldwing suite for the United. Local 3 is donating the Knights of Revelry room, and so that's a paired dinner for 8 5 courses, 5 wines, private room at Local 3. We are doing a live painting at the auction, which we'll do at the end of the night. Our buddies from Short Barrel and Old Fourth now too, since they purchased them, we'll be featuring their drinks for our signature cocktail. But they're also donating a swag basket with all of their different brands. Plus, they're going to let 10 people come into the new distillery and do a tasting straight from the barrel before they bottle it. So tons of cool experiences that are part of the night. And then at the event itself, it's all about the experiences. So we've got fortune tellers. We've got some of our artists doing live portrait contour drawings, blind contour drawings. We have a conjurer magician coming in and doing sleight of hand tricks. We're showing the Final Four because we know some people, don't want to miss out on their bracket that night. So Friday night we'll have the Final Four on TV as well for some people, and it's a party. It is unlike any other fundraiser I think that's offered, in that you will enjoy yourself. That 3 hours is going to go by so fast. Like, we're thinking of expanding it just because there's so much stuff going on.
Yeah, and dress funky. No suit and tie.
Yeah, so here's a couple of cool things, right? Dress whatever you want. I can't share my jacket yet, but let me just say it's impressive. It is very impressive. So the bar's high, and the best dressed, and we leave that open-ended, so that could be anything you interpret it to be. Best dressed wins a free class at Spruill. We'll do voting by applause, and so we'll bring these people on stage and we'll do a best dressed contest, and they will win a free class at Spruill.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what's the rock paper scissors thing?
Awesome. Yeah. So this is there's an expression called good artists borrow, great artists steal. And so this is totally stolen from another fundraiser that I went to. So we were doing 2 raffle items. Lauderhill's Jeweler is doing a $1,000 shopping spree with us. And then our board is donating bottles of wine. So we'll have $20 bottles of wine in a basket. And we're going to pull raffles to see who wins these. But unlike a traditional raffle where someone wins, we're going to pull 2 raffle tickets. And we're going to pull those 2 people on stage, and we're going to make them rock, paper, scissors to see who wins. And so it's super crowd pleaser. People get into it. They get all nervous, like they do all their planning ahead of time. And the loser will also get a free class at Spruill. So there's a little something for everyone, but it just kind of adds to the entertainment value of the night. So we're excited. The whole evening's about entertainment and the arts, and it should be a great night.
That's really cool. Let's knock out these other 2 events that you've got planned too. The March 30th, the Pink Pop-Up. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. So we are thrilled. We hired a new gallery director in January. She's not starting with us until May 15th, Shannon Morris. Hey, Shannon, if you're listening. Shannon's currently lecturing at Augusta College. She has just this incredible resume and Rolodex and this amazing vision for the gallery space and how we're going to bring that up with regional, national artists and different shows. And so in celebration of Shannon starting, and before she actually starts, we're doing a show called the Pink Pop-Up, and that's March 30th when it opens. It'll stay open for about a month. And the whole idea is a celebration of art and the gallery and Shannon's beginning as our new director. So we have Carol John, Dee Dee Dunphy, Shaniqua Gay, Sabre Esley, and Cynthia Farrell, all putting together a group show around the idea of pink. Magenta was the Pantone color of the year this year, so we're just going to do a whole build out and set up around that idea. So should be fun.
You'll have to get a special jacket for that too.
So I'm thinking about that. I don't, as much as bougie as like my jacket is, I don't know if I can rock the pink. I will do something pink for the gallery opening because we are encouraging everyone to wear pink to the opening. Yes.
Yeah, that gallery is actually really, really cool. That's so pretty much every Christmas time, I'll buy Sasha a bunch of gifts, and then I always go and get her something that's just slightly Dunwoody. You know? Or something that's artsy that it's special because it's from there.
So the thing that's super cool about the gallery is it serves 2 purposes, right? It showcases this great art in our gallery space, but our market showcases the work of last year during the Holiday Artist Market. We had 113 different artists that we supported through sales at the gallery during the Holiday Artist Market. It's by far our biggest show And it's become a community tradition. Like it's really the only place you can get handmade, unique stuff. Like once something goes, it goes. Like there's
Yeah,
no way
you'll
to
never see it again.
you'll never see it again, right? That mug or that glass or that painting or print or ornament, they're all handmade and they're all unique. So it's quite a shopping experience.
Yeah, in fact, you can't find two of the same gift there. Like I always bring my kids, and we picked out these little penguins last year, and they were all a little bit different. Some of them had different eyes,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
got to go through and find the one that they like.
Yeah, and the market's
So
open year round, which is great. It's a great like aspirational place for some of our students. Like they come and they take classes and they get proficient and they get their skill level up to a certain level, and then we show their work at the market and sell it, and they earn a little bit of income, which is fantastic for them and obviously supports Spruill too.
right, that's really cool. So yeah, definitely. If you haven't been to this rural gallery before, go by. And it's in that old house. It's like an old
Yeah,
farmhouse, right?
it's the old Spruill house. So not
Spruill
only the
house.
Spruill house, but the two outbuildings, the smokehouse, which was the old Spruill smokehouse, and the seed house, which was the old Spruill seed house. All those are on the property. There's a little green space back there. And part of what we'll do with Shannon is activate that space better. So besides our Spirits for Spruill and Amplify unveiling in the fall, is kind of use that sculpture garden in that space for more events. It's, as you know, like that whole area is blowing up with Ashford Lane and what they're doing there, and High Street down the street. So we want to make
Yeah.
sure that that's a visible and usable space for the community.
Yeah. And
And
then
then
April
last,
3rd,
yeah,
groundbreaking.
yeah, last but certainly not least, April 3rd is our big groundbreaking. 11 o'clock, the whole community is invited, and that's the beginning of our really long-awaited expansion, like really long-awaited. Like since 2018, we've been working on this, and we've partnered with the city on this $2.5 million expansion of the facility to help us accommodate the demand for our classes and help us better serve the community with this public space. And we're going to be opening a new wood turning studio and revamping our blacksmithing studio, expanding our ceramics and glass studio and multimedia studios. It's going to be great. I mean, it's long overdue, and we're thrilled to finally be able to start moving some dirt around and get this project done.
That's awesome. 7,600 square feet. How big is the existing? I mean,
So right now we're just a
is
little
that
over.
like a third of the size?
No, it's three quarters. Right now we're a little over
Oh, wow.
10,000 square feet, and we have 11 if you count our photography studio, which is a little studio, spaces, and so we're going to be adding 7 more. So if you think about the increase that we're going to be able to accommodate with those spaces, it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
But
that's really
with
cool.
that many students, with 1,700 students each quarter, like, and 200 people still on the wait list, we've got to be able to accommodate that. And then plus it opens up space here for the other nonprofits, for the hand weavers, and for some of the other people that are looking for space. Right now it's challenging for us to be able to give up some of our space for others that want to use it, because we do have those wait lists. And also then allows us to do more community programs like our Arts for Alzheimer program that we're doing, or some of our other scholarship programs, to get the community a little bit more involved here in the arts.
Yeah. You guys got to get involved with the parade too. We got to
Yeah,
get the
we're
hand
in.
weavers out there.
We're in.
I've
We
been
have,
hearing about the hand weavers forever.
well, they could wheel their looms. That would be quite a workout down Mount Vernon. But we're in. We're committed, Matt. We actually have. Sorry about that. We actually have a really cool idea that I'm excited to showcase there. It's arts involved, but it involves participation from the crowd, without them running into the street, because I know we're vigilant about that. Without them
Yeah.
running into the street, we're going to do it from the sides. We have a super cool idea of how we're going to bring the arts to that parade. So we're in. You got our commitment.
Exciting. Can't wait. Well, now we're 24 minutes in. I knew this would happen. I
It
could
was a
talk to you
quickie.
forever. You'll have to come in and we could just talk about the city one time.
We should do that. We should do like a little forum, like get like a bunch of people in, and you could be the moderator. Like when we get down, like in the summer, maybe when it's a little quieter, and do kind of like a community level state of the city, what we all think's
you go.
going on. That would be fun.
All right, maybe you can help me out with that.
Love to.
Remind me.
Okay.
I'll forget about it. Well, thanks, Alan. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Matt.
And give us the Spruill Center website. How do people find out all about this?
Sure. www.spruillarts.org, and that's got our classes, our gallery shows, Spirit Spruill blew that one, edit that. Our artistic affair information, everything you need to know. We do start classes again in the first week in April, so you can register for classes through that site. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about our summer camps too, which is ongoing registration. We partner with Stage Door Theater, so if you want performing arts or visual arts, we do that together. And so we've got camps going from end of May through beginning of August all summer long, and they're a blast. And the air conditioner in this building works great, so no mosquitoes either.
Well, thanks a lot, Alan. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Matt. It was great talking with you.